Okay, so what is it? Actually, if you take an example of, they will have lots of things going on. Example of a company which is manufacturing a laptop. Okay, called when we are going to design a laptop, the first thing is we are going to designing a specific laptop. Okay, so for that there will all this data, all these materials which are required for done with their work. Then we will we'll start assembling all a particular laptop. So for this, again, we have laptop designing is done. You will go for involved in selling your products. Once selling your products day to day, you will have a team known as CR, take care of all the customer feedbacks, and based on their feedbacks they will product, or you can do some add-ons to your product. Okay, and one resource team which will take care of your all the financial things going on. You can see different modules which are involved in a particular company. That is called ERP. So my SAP, that is known as ERP. Okay, we have different modules. So that IL side, and one is a functional side. When I'm talking about functional side, we'll have a finance module, we'll have a module, we'll have CRM modules, and lots of. Okay, side we'll have SAP BI plus ABAP. Okay, I'll be also telling you about the basics of ABAP, because at 30 to 40% of ABAP, because that okay, you just need to write some simple codes to. As a BW developer, we should know. Normally when you go when you are working on as a BW developer, I'll be an ABAPer, and we will have a CRM module person who will give you the functional input. Area wherein you have to write an ABAP code, you can just go and logic that you can write by yourself. So that also I'll cover when I'll be. I will go for SAP BI. So if manufacturing unit, or take an example of any shopping complex, every day the transactions are going on. Okay, it will be recorded into your system. Okay, financial year, the head of the company needs to check whether your company has made a profit, or are the areas wherein I need to improve. So for this reason, we bring the data from the system, from the company system to the BW. We do lots of transformations, we'll do lots of at the end of the day we provide them some reports wherein they need to check the sales of. What I'll do as a BW developer, I'll just provide them a report wherein these two sales, for 2013 and 12 decision. Okay, yeah, in 2013 there was a profit wherein we have improved ourselves. Okay, so now go for SAP BI. Okay, so we'll proceed. It is going to integrate people, data, and process view. If I'm talking about a manufacturing unit, so it will have a procurement team and all. So if these all are combined together, then we have collaboration and consistency of the data. So getting data from the system to our BW system, we are system data into a one SAP. We are transforming it, and we are maintaining the consistency of the data. So here you can see we have different modules, or the team. We have a finance team, then we have a vendor management, CRM, that is customer relation management, and we have a HR team. Now all bind together, and they are known as ERP. Okay, we'll just go through these points. Build and redefine these industry-specific solutions with real customers. Continues to focus its ERP application on maximum resources is customized for business and industries. Now, what ERP system will have huge amount of data. So it of data that is going to take lots of time. Okay, so bring some specific data from the ERP system to our SAP work. So now, see, we have a requirement wherein they want to check the I can just bring the data from 2012 on, and then I can work on that specific amount of data used here when you create a report and execute it. Okay, it can give a significant competitive advantage in market. So as a product, so obviously they'll get a value using SAP. So your output is fast, it is quite meaningful, and it will Then where does BI stands? We have a source data. So can be anything. It can be a flat file. It can be DB R3 system, that is the source system. So it can be anything. So BW system. So here data to your BW side, BW system, and here of data. So as I said, when we bring data from the source system or from the transform the data, because the data which you will be getting from the source system, you need to clean the data, you need to remove the duplicate data, you need to remove, and then you need to present your data. So build a report using a tool which we'll see designing a reports. Okay. So in data warehouse level, we can see transformation and loading. So what we do, we bring data into the system, then we transform it by and then we do a loading of our data to the aggregation. Is nothing but it is going to give you the output in a form of BI accelerator. BI accelerator is nothing but it is going to performance of your data loads. Okay, and the cube, DSO, and master. I can say these are the building blocks of your SAP. Okay, so we'll come across all the BI services. In that we have RRI, that is report, currency, and unit. We'll see all these things one by one, so do not worry about it. Just we have planning, we have A mining, and metadata repository services. And have different tools. We have query designer, we have report designer, we have BEX web analyzer, BEX general analysis functions. Among this, the important thing is your query design, wherein we are going to design our query. Rest also, or it can be used by you also as a developer, but basically a report or making some analysis. It's a broad category of applications and technology for storing it, analyzing, and providing access better business decisions. So as I told you, the top level people of the company to make or to take some important BI applications include the activities of decision support system, quizzes, forecasting, and data mining. Have you come across OLAP and OLTP?
Yes.
Okay, so you have a knowledge of OLAP and OLTP. We will see the differences between these two in our next slides. So me and you can ask me. Okay.
Okay.
Then we have some application needed to generate business knowledge. Out of component of this business intelligence tool set is the more specific to the data needed by the business. So, bringing data from the source system, we are refining it, we are modifying reports on that particular data. Okay. Innovations in data processing, more and more information is stored in a more both reduce and structure this data so it can be analyzed stored directly on the source system. Then it will make your task diffuse amount of data, in the sense it will have a historical data also. Like when from 2000 till now, the system will be having the data that will take lots of effort and lots of time. So it's a SAP system, and we do a analysis. Intelligence from the collected raw data requires a varied tool set. BI provide data warehousing functionalities, business intelligence tools that enable businesses to attain the maximum value from the. These are the tools which help you to make your or take the actions. Okay. And all external data sources can be integrated. Transform source system can be anything. It can. It's not only the SAP system. That file. Okay. It can be any source system. You can just integrate the source system, and then you can do your analysis to support you in evaluating and interpreting data as well as. So what topics we are going to cover is data warehouse station, that is info object. Then we have data flow in SAP package, extractions from flat file, check, virtual provider like multi-provider and info sets, view, BEX query designer, and BEX query they have BEX analyzer, and WAD, that is web application data extractions, data management, cube and query services, and then final assessment. Okay, so these are the topics which we will cover. What I'll do is now I'll show you the SAP system so that you will be covered. And okay, just
I have a quick question.
Yeah, sure.
You can elaborate what that is.
See, it's now after we have different versions in Yeah. Okay. So as I was saying, business intelligence will include your both SAP BW system tools. So if I'm talking about the BW system, it'll be extracting the data, you'll be transforming, and you'll be doing a loading. But so when I combine both these tools, it is known as business. I'm just talking about BW system, so it is just a BW thing, and you are loading. You are not doing any reporting. For reporting, we have to start. So whenever you install a SAP, in your system will be installed. And along with that, the different tools which are by side. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
About BW. So initially, even now also in most of the crew 3.x. Okay, but 7 and above version. So the latest version of BW is 7. I'll explain you the difference between both 3.x and whatever I'll show you the examples that will be related to your 7 and above.
Okay.
Again, when I'm talking about, as per the BW developer, from the project perspective, I'm just talking to you about the landscape of the BW system. But R3 system, your R3 system can be anything because it is also your SAP system itself, or it can be your DB. Did we make a connection from BW side to our R3? Okay. Again,
I think I might have lost you. I don't hear you anymore.
data, we can edit, we can add, we can do anything. Then once move this to the quality system. In quality testing for whatever we have developed. Okay. We will move it to your production system, that is go live system, wherein users post the data play with the production system. It is very much should not delete any data. You need to analyze all the data stuff. So normally it's a development phase. You do a development in the dev system, you move it to the quality system. Now once your report is live in the production system, user came up with some changes. So what you need to do again, production system. Then again you need to follow the same process. You will move it. Okay. So I'll show you the system. It will be more clear. SAP logon pad. Okay. You can see here. I'll show you. See, DR3 is my R3 for this development system. The DR3 system DS3. So this is my R3 system, and this is similarly for quality. I have TR1. Now, for different projects, the naming can be different. Did not make a note of it that yeah, this is DR3, DS3. For different, one thing is sure that you will have a R3 system, you will have a BW system, and you have production system over here. Okay, box. Okay, so what is sandbox? Sandbox production system, you can say. Okay, normally what happens in your development system, you don't have much. They create any reports, you don't have data to test it. Okay, or you can test it in your sandbox system also. You can delete, you can add, you can make changes. Nobody is going careful.
So it's almost like a testing environment.
Exactly. So this is the landscape of our BW system. The BW system, I'll just show you how does it look. Login IDs and credential. This particular screen known as /NRSA1. Code you can say. You can just make a note of it. These are nothing but for every T code we have a program. Execute this T code, the program will get executed. Code, you just need to remember the T code, that is transaction. I type this and I click on enter. You will be, this is modeling. This we have administration workbench. So in admin you need to do analysis, or you need to create some automated situation tab. Then we have transport connections. As I told you, like when you are doing any development in dev action system, so how you are going to do that? So for that you need an inner transport request. So that comes and you save and activate that particular under a transport request number. So once you save it, you can just from dev to quality and from quality to production. Right? This is just the first class, so I'm just giving you an overview of what they. Just go to transaction RSA1 and you can see this, all this. Now documents we do not require. Okay. We have BI contents, take it in details, like whenever you are starting your project, any project itself. Okay, like some standard objects. If I am working on submission module, there are some sources. I mean, there are some objects. All these objects will be already provided by SAP. Okay, so that business content. So I can use that objects. There are some requirements which are not provided by SAP. My own object in the system. Okay. Then we have translation. So translation in the sense if you are doing some stuff that comes under this. Then we have metadata repository. You can just today if you get time you can just record and you can just make yourself comfortable with the systems. Okay, and okay, what I'll do, I'll share this slides with us, go through this terminologies, whatever I have just told you today, and transaction T code, that is RSA1, and look into all the components which are provided by. Is it fine?
Sounds good.
Yeah, and then from next class on. Okay, so again it's an introduction class. We don't have any. You need to go to the system and make yourself comfortable. Okay, and from next class we'll take up all these topics one by one.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.